Hello and welcome back to another episode of the MylesHighClub. I am your host Myles and this is episode number 7. Hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm doing good. I'm in high hopes. Still doing my daily work. I say daily workouts. I think I have like one skip day. Since we last spoke, I think I've had one skip day. Today will be the second skip day, but I am doing legs after I've recorded this, so it won't count as my skip day. I really wish I hadn't used my fractured elbow as an excuse the first lockdown. The first lockdown, I think I brought a bike for the lockdown, came off my bike, fractured my elbow. They said it's, I don't even know what they told me the recovery time is meant. I think it's 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to recovery. And this happened about 3 or 4 months ago and my elbow is, I can't make it excuse. My elbow is fine now, but like see that every now and again I just feel a little twinge in my actual elbow. But yeah, so I used my elbow as an excuse for the first lockdown. So now I'm telling myself that our first lockdown that we had was all about building mass. So that was my original goal, was to build mass and put some mass on. And now this smaller mini, well for now it's a mini lockdown, but this mini lockdown, no more excuses, blowing off the cobwebs, brought a few, I'll get into it now actually if I get, brought a few kettlebells, which it's taken me about 3 weeks to buy 2. Just buy 2. I remember when they announced this lockdown was coming, I think it was Halloween, it was on Halloween actually. When they announced this on Halloween, first thing I did was say, you know what, no more excuses, can't go to the gym, even though, let's be honest, I hadn't been to the gym since they had reopened. And I think the last time I went to the gym was the middle of last year. So I'm one of these people that just pays for a membership and does not exploit it in the slightest. But yeah, they announced this new lockdown. Said to myself, you know, I'm gonna buy a bench, buy some weights, buy a few things and then just work out at home. That didn't happen. Everywhere was sold out of everything. And when I tell you, if places aren't sold out, they've hiked up the prices. Like Amazon Prime, I think the cheapest kettlebells I saw were like £30. And this is for like a 4 kg kettlebell. So luckily, Amazon let me down as well. I think it was Amazon where I saw it. Amazon's let me down. Here's me thinking Amazon are going to come through with some deals. Not at all. Amazon ain't got jack shit. Luckily, Argos did. So I managed to buy 2 kettlebells. We've already got dumbbells at home to work out with. We've already got resistance bands. So yeah, I'm on like week 2 or 3 of this home workout. And I'm so impatient. Whenever I finish a workout, the first thing I do is look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't see no difference. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am being resilient. I am sticking to it. My diet is a lot better than it was listen, never mind this time last year. This year, was it this year? Would it have been, no. Yeah, I'd say this year. The start of this year is probably the first year when I've seriously started eating salad and other vegetables other than like the occasional carrot. The occasional carrot every now and again. That's how bad my diet used to be. Listen, my job, I used to travel up and down, so I was away from home sometimes once a week, sometimes for the whole week, 3-4 days on average I reckon I used to be away for. I would get a Domino's every single night. This is not an exaggeration, like every night I was away from home, I would get a Domino's every single night. How my body hasn't got out of control a lot sooner and a lot earlier is beyond me, but I think because I was always traveling, so I was always walking to and from hotels and walking around all my events, I think that was balancing it out. Because again, I wasn't going gym that much. My gym is intermittent. I think I've been like part of about 3 gyms in the past 5 years. And I doubt I've spent more than 50 days cumulatively in all of those gyms. That's how bad it is. I always go on these tangents, then forget what the fuck I was talking about. I probably should have someone here with me, because then be like, you were saying gyms, weren't going to, I was on about gyms, how I wasn't going to the gym. And then, yeah, this lockdown just made me realize I need to go to the gym. So I brought some weights, brought some stuff, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get back into it. My diet is going well, but as Christmas draws closer, I say it's going well. The amount of mince pies I've consumed isn't healthy, but nonetheless, it's snacks where I go down. My breakfast is clean. My lunch is a bowl of fruit, that's clean. The dinner, 9 times out of 10 is usually clean, healthy. It's my snacks. Snacking's what gets me, man. Right, before I even pressed record on this, I ate a pack and a half of Chewits. No reason why, I just did it. And there's like, I can see 3 right there on the side. saving those three for when we finish, and I'm going to eat them just because I can. And then I'll probably go in and end up making myself something like an apple pie and custard. That sounds good, doesn't it? Apple pie and custard. This might be a topic, this might be a debate for another episode, but I'm going to put it out there now, and then I'm going to give myself some time to think for when we come back to the next episode. But the best dessert, might be apple pie and custard, not ice cream. Apple pie and custard, or apple crumble. Ooh. Apple pie, sticking with it, apple pie and custard. We'll look into this again next week. But talking of all sorts of unhealthy foods and everything, walking around the shops now, like I said before, the road to Christmas has officially begun. Everything's out the way now. Halloween's out the way, bonfire night's out the way. There is literally nothing stopping the majority of the population now from thinking about Christmas. I've seen trees are up, decorations are up everywhere. Everyone is fully in Christmas spirit. So when you go shopping, all the Christmas food's there, including advent calendars. Now, I'm sure everyone's had this discussion, argument, debate for at least 5 years now, but I'm bringing it back up because I'm sure when I was younger and we had advent calendars, there was 25 days. Now, my reasoning behind this is an advent calendar, you have it for the 1st of December and it's to lead you up to Christmas. So surely when it gets to Christmas, it used to be the bigger door with a bigger piece of chocolate. I'm not making this up. And it wouldn't have been the more expensive one, because I can't imagine my mom would have gone out and brought me the more expensive one just for a slightly bigger chocolate on the last day. It would have just been, here's your advent calendar. Go through and open up all the doors and see what it looks like there. So I don't know why there's 24. I did my research. I said I did my research. I Googled why do we have advent calendars. And then it was one of those ones where, when you go on Wikipedia and you look for something and then you see a word you don't know, but it's a hyperlink. So then you click into that to find out what that word is. And then when you click into that, there's even more hyperlinks. And I think I got 2-3 hyperlinks in and said, you know what? It's not that serious. And I don't think anyone cares about advent calendars that much. Basically, the advent calendar is to celebrate the Advent, which is the countdown to the birth of Christ or the second coming of Christ, or Christmas, whatever. It depends what your religious belief is, I guess. But one thing I did see on Google is the Advent's meant to be 40 days, or depending on what religion you rep, it's 40 days. So why don't we have 40 days on the Advent calendars? That's just my inner fatty talking. Don't take that one too seriously. But I am, 40 days. I'm missing about 10 chocolates from there. But yeah, advent calendars as well. Is it just me, or are the chocolates in advent calendars better than normal chocolates? I don't know if it's because you only get a little bit, or you end up binging the whole thing, or if it's because they only come out like a certain time of the year. But I'm sure they put a little extra something in the advent calendar chocolates, because advent calendar chocolates are tasty. Not like normal chocolates. They're tasty ass chocolates. And This is where the debate's really going to come in. I am going to try and put pictures up there to help support this cause that I'm going through right now. Hang on. So actually, that's the one I need. So here is the debate. I don't think I've ever had, people have had this debate, but they've had like a slight variant of the debate. Now, the variant of the debate that everyone seems to have is, what's the last chocolate left in the celebrations tin/tub, depending on what generation you are. However, before we answer that question, it's Snickers. But before we answer that question, we need to look at the bigger picture. Christmas time of year is when the UK releases their, I don't know if this happens anywhere else. I've never been anywhere else. Well, no, I've never been anywhere else apart from Jamaica at Christmas to know if anyone else has what I'm about to mention, or if they have their own thing for it. But we get our selection chocolates. So, the big family-sized tubs, or sometimes they come in those cardboard sleeves. Is it a sleeve? I don't know. Cardboard sleeve. And there's 4. There is 4 in total. Celebrations, Quality Streets, Heroes, and Roses. Question is, which one of these is the best? I'm going to give everyone some time to think. And you've all probably just shouted out Celebrations straight away. So, before we get into which chocolate is the best, I didn't realize this was an actual, like it's a thing, like there was a whole website about it, and people have answered questionnaires. I don't know where the questionnaires are or who gets sent a questionnaire, but people have answered questionnaires and everything. So, out of all the chocolates that are available, in Celebrations, Quality Street, Roses, and Heroes, the number one chocolate with 49% of the vote, I don't know how many people were asked either, but the number one chocolate is the Malteser teaser. Now, it's definitely one of the top 5, maybe. It's definitely one of the top 5 chocolates out of all of them, but I don't think Malteser can get number one. It's number one. The Dairy Milk Caramel, the Cream Egg, Galaxy Caramel, the Golden Barrel, which is Roses, the Caramel Swirls, which are in Quality Street. Nah, I wouldn't give it. I don't think Malteser has made my top 5, actually. Now I think about that. Another survey says that Roses are the least favourite tins, which I agree with. And again, we are running through. I'm sorry if you get hungry, but we're going to run through some chocolate, because I guarantee some of you lot aren't thinking about this as much as I have been thinking about it. And what do you lot, here we go, asking a question when there's no one here. What do you think the least favourite chocolate was? Out of all the chocolates that come in all the tins, what do you think the least favourite chocolate was? It's the coconut eclair. The coconut eclair in the Quality Street is the worst chocolate. Like Snickers and Bounty don't exist. But whatever, because I don't eat the coconut eclairs either, so I can't really say much. And apparently, Celebrations is revealed to be the best value and voted the UK's favourite Christmas chocolate tin. It's definitely, I'd say Celebrations is the most popular. It's also the most mainstream. Think about it. When it's Christmas, whenever you go around with families, it tends to be Celebrations. Whenever you're like school, college, work, Celebrations. When people tend to bring in chocolates, Celebrations. Now, I'm probably wrong because I'm going against the mass here, but I do not rate Celebrations that high at all in the slightest. So I'm going to try and put up, here we go, I've got to remember this. If you're listening to this, you're going to have to use your imagination or get your phone out and find out what it is I'm talking about. But for everyone watching, I'm going to attempt, I don't know what side because I'm sat bang in the middle, but one of these sides, I'm going to put up the pictures I'm looking at, which not only does it rank all of the chocolate, I don't know who's ranking these chocolates, but I wasn't asked. It's got all the chocolates that come in the tub and the tubs as well. So I'm just going to go in order that they're saved on my tab. So there's no bias. The first ones that have popped up for me are Heroes. Heroes might be number 2. I did originally have it at number 1, but then when the list of my number 1 choice comes out, there's too many options. But yeah, the Cadbury's, Heroes is Cadbury's. Let me just read the lineup for you. And I'm going to read it in what it's been ranked as the favourite to the least favourite. So the most favourite down to the least favourite. Tell me this ain't a starting lineup. Twirl, Dairy Milk, Whisper, Dairy Milk Caramel, Fudge, Cream Egg, and Eclair. Come on. That is a strong line. Well, first of all, Dairy Milk Caramel shouldn't be 4th. It should be number 1. And Cream Egg should be number 2. Then Dairy Milk, then Whisper, then Twirl, then Fudge, then Eclairs. Myles is top 7. Yeah, top 7 there. That is a lineup. That is a strong lineup. There is not one single chocolate in maybe the Eclairs. I'll still eat an Eclair. Like if I saw an Eclair, I'd pick it up and eat it. But when I crack open the tub, there's a good chance I'm not touching the Eclairs. If there's a Twirl, Dairy Milk, Whisper, Dairy Milk Caramel, Cream Egg, maybe even a Fudge in front of it. But it's just my least favourite of them, which this list agrees with as well. So there's Heroes. There's a bunch of people out there like, oh, I forgot about Heroes. Cadbury's coming in strong, starting swinging. On to the next one. Roses. So this is the one that we mentioned were the bottom of the barrel. Now, I'm going to attempt, again, people watching, you're going to have a graph here somewhere so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. For the people listening, I'm going to attempt to explain what the packet color is as well. So, hold on. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So Heroes, you only get 7 varieties of chocolate. Roses gives you a variety of 11. So there's more to choose from. So here you go. Again, this is what they've got down as the best Roses chocolates for the UK favourites from top to bottom. Hazel in Caramel, the all purple packet. The Golden Barrel, the all golden packet. Hazel Whirl, purple and orange, Strawberry Dream, pink, Caramel, which is blue, Tangy Orange, which is orange, Country Fudge, which is like a golden orangey sort of thin color, Coffee Escape, coffee chocolate is a green, sorry, Signature Truffle, which is the red and blue one, Caramel Bite, which is the gold and purple one, and then Brazilian Darkness, which is red and yellow. If I just read all them out and not one of you felt appetized at all, dead. That selection is so dry, and I'll explain why later on, because there's two in here that I actually like, but someone else does them a lot better. Hazel, let's get this out of the way. I'm biased. I'm not allergic to nuts, but I don't like nuts. Whoever thought to put nuts in chocolate in the first place is a psychopath. And the people who go out of their way to eat chocolate with nuts in, I don't know if you're just the same or if you're even more of a psychopath. But yeah, I said it, and it is biased because I don't like nuts, but there you go. And peanut butter. Peanut butter and chocolate shouldn't go either. But yeah, so for me, hazel and caramel, don't business. The golden barrel is fire. Chocolate, thin layer of chocolate, whole heap of caramel inside. Hazel World dead. Strawberry Dream, someone does it better. Caramel, I mean, it's the same as, it's not even like a golden barrel, because the golden barrel is like a liquid caramel. And then the thin gold one's like a harder sort of caramel one in there. Tangy Orange, again, someone does it better. Country Fudge, I am a big fan of fudge, but someone does fudge better as well. These are all the same people that do all these things better. Coffee Escape, I never used to like coffee. I think I was the same, everyone, I was part of the crowd that used to be scarred by coffee because of when teachers used to drink coffee and then talk or shout at you, and it would just stink. And then I got a job at British Gas working in an office, and I soon learnt the value of drinking coffee or a mocha. No, I started with mochas. I don't think I've ever actually drank a black, white, flat white, whatever you call them. It's a normal coffee. I started with mochas in the mornings because someone said to me it's like chocolate and coffee, so it'll get used to it. And then my mum used to buy those sachets, and she used to buy cappuccinos. So I used to go into cappuccino. Then she started buying lattes and then vanilla lattes, and then I went down a whole path of lattes and macchiatos from Starbucks, which is still fire to this day, even though I try and only drink water. Try being the key word there. But yeah, coffee and chocolate doesn't go. Signature Truffle, don't think I've ever, I'm looking at the packet, it's the red and blue one. Don't think I've ever opened up that pack to see what it tastes like. Caramel Bite, I like caramel, so I feel like I would have tried it. And then Brazilian Darkness, I don't like dark chocolate. The reason why I don't like dark chocolate is when I was little, me and my mum used to go Merry Hill. Anyone that's in the Brierley Hill, Stourbridge, Dudley, Birmingham, that West Midlands area, and you've been to Merry Hill. If you used to go Merry Hill, I'm talking 10 years plus ago now, and you used to enter or exit through Debenhams. At the front of Debenhams, there used to be like a little cafe, and that cafe you always used to have a bowl of chocolate, and it was always free chocolate. So whenever I went Merry Hill, I'd always divert into the cafe, get some chocolate and bounce. And the one time I had dark chocolate and it messed up my tummy and had me sat on the toilet in Merry Hill for a long time. Ever since that day, I don't think I've ever tried dark chocolate since. But yeah, Rose's lineup is dead. The only one that I remember and that sticks with me is the Golden Barrel. You might be shouting at your screen there, disagreeing with me, but apart from the Golden Barrel, Roses are dead. That's 10 dead chocolates in there. Get them out of here. And the worst thing is, Roses is Cadbury. I'm sure it is. Hold on a minute. Let me zoom in on. Here it is. Roses is Cadbury's. I don't know how they, I don't know. But Heroes are Cadbury's as well. So I think that's what they did. I feel like I should have found out what came out first. I feel like Celebrations and Quality Street were around. Cadbury were like, yo, let's dip our toe in the market. Released Roses. Saw Roses weren't slapping, but thought, oh, well, we can't pull out now. And was like, no, let's just give them what we got. And then boom, drops that star lineup. Man. Next one on here, Quality Streets. I'm a saint now, and I'll say it again, and don't at me. Quality Streets are the best. Hands down, Quality Streets are the best. Now this list, I looked at this when I checked it before, there's 12 on here. I think this might be the old one. Yeah, it is, because they released, this is how sick Quality Street are. They released a new chocolate, like, I think it was 2 years or 3 years ago, out of nowhere. They just dropped a little chocolate brownie fudge something on everyone, and that one goes. But yo, let's go for it again. Again, we're gonna go for the list ranked top to bottom. I already disagree with this list. I disagree with the, yeah, I disagree with the list. I disagree. Number one, and probably the most iconic chocolate out of all of them. No, it's not more iconic, no, because some of them are named. Okay, apart from the named ones like Dairy Milk and Galaxy and Mars, this is one of the biggest unnamed ones, the purple one. Big purple packet, chocolate caramel with the nut in the middle. Now, I know I said I don't like nuts. However, the way the purple one is crafted, like a single nut covered in, just dripped in layers of caramel, capsulated in a nice thin chocolate coating. As a kid, I used to get the purple one, bite it in half, put the chocolate in my mouth, eat the chocolate, suck all the caramel off the nut, take the nut out, put it in the wrapper, and then eat the other half of it. Some of you have probably sat there shaking your head, pulling your hair out, shouting, Miles, what are you doing? I don't care. I do not like nuts. But the purple one is fire. You don't need to put the nut in there. You know how much space that nut takes up? But anyway, so purple one, green triangle, caramel swirl, strawberry delight, orange cream, milk choc block, fudge, toffee finger, honeycomb crunch, orange crunch, toffee penny, coconut eclair. You hear that lineup? Can you see? I should really decide what side I'm going to put it on. But can you see that lineup? You can't tell me this ain't the baddest one. No way. Like I said, purple one is fire. Green triangle, I'm sure, I didn't mention this last week in Conspiracies, the Mandela effect, which is, oh, here we go. If you don't know what the Mandela effect is, go and do your research. But basically what they try and say is, there's a group of people, a large group of people that remember something from the past to be one way, but it's actually not that way. Some people think it's because we live in the Matrix and the system's glitching. Some people think it's from time travel and someone's discovers time travel somewhere, so it's set off the butterfly effect. A quick example I'll give for anyone listening or watching this thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? There is a program based on 4 white women that live in, is it New York? I think it's New York. And the whole show is based around sex and New York City. Sex, City being the key titles. What is that TV show called? Right, left it. You probably all said Sex in the City. Wrong, incorrect. Go back and look. It's called Sex and the City. Sex in the City, Sex and the City. Doesn't sound right at all. But there's plenty more. What color is the tip on Pikachu's tail? Is it all yellow or does he have a black tip? Does the Monopoly guy have a monocle in his eye? And the reason why it's called the Mandela effect is because some people believe Mandela died in jail back in the 80s, but allegedly it's not, well, it's not true. It's not true. He died later on in life, and I'm sure it was the early 2000s. No, late 2000s. Yeah, I think it was the late 2000s that he died. Yo, how the fuck did I get on to talk about Nelson Mandela from chocolate? Who knows? But, oh, green triangle, conspiracy, Mandela effect, yeah. The green triangle, for the longest time, I and a bunch of other people always thought the green triangle was mint chocolate. It's not. It's just a crunchy chocolate. It's like chocolate with crunches in the middle. Fun fact for you all there. And again, you're all sat there saying that's mint. Go Google it. If you don't believe me, go to the shop, go buy a tub of Quality Street, and save me a caramel swirl, please. But go and buy yourself a tub of Quality Street, go and have a look. Go open up the green and bite it and you'll see it's not mint. There's actually no mint chocolate in any. Yeah, none of them. There's no mint chocolate in any of them for people that like that kind of thing. But yo, green triangle, caramel swirl, probably the best one. Whenever I open, again, the reason it's the best one is when I open up a tub of Quality Street, I dig through to try and find that little golden wrapper with little red writing on it. And I'll take all of them before anyone notices, because usually people don't realize that it's in there. That is the most underrated chocolate of them all. Strawberry Delight, I do know what people are going to say, Miles, it's dark chocolate. Don't business. For some strange reason, Strawberry Delights get on. Might be my second favorite. Orange cream, the orange one with the orangey goo in the middle, fire. The milk chocolate block, it's literally a block of chocolate and it's nice chocolate. You can't go wrong. The fudge, this is what I was talking about when I said someone else had a better fudge than what's in Roses, in the pink wrapper. Toffee finger, yeah. I mean, the toffee finger's nice. I'll eat it, but I wouldn't go clamoring for it. I said honeycomb crunch. I'm sure that's the one that's been taken out and replaced by the chocolate brownie, which is it's like a bigger packet and it's a light blue. I'll try and if I remember, I'll put a picture up. If you don't see a picture come up now, I clearly forgot. Orange crunch, probably is it the least favorite? I don't eat them. Toffee pennies are nice, but I can't eat too many because they get sickly. And the chewing always gets stuck in your teeth. And then the coconut eclair, which is in the blue wrapper, I don't think I think coconut eclair and orange crunch are at the bottom for me, but that's 10 strong chocolates. Like, you could open up a Quality Street and just do that. And I don't know what the percentage is. It's a high percentage that you're going to pick out one of the finest chocolates available. But moving on to our last one, and apparently the nation's favorite, and apparently the best value for money. Which, now I think about it, I don't buy roses. If I've ever brought roses, it's from my old job when I used to go and do training places around this time of year. I would just buy all of the chocolate tins, so everyone had a selection in case you weren't a fan of celebrations or a fan of one. So roses, I don't remember. Heroes, they are a little stingy. Like, if you buy a Heroes tub, they are a little stingy, which might knock them, which I think is why I can't put them number one. If they weren't as stingy and they packed it out, especially with the cream eggs, they might go number one, but no. Quality Street is number one. They give you a good amount. Heroes number two. Celebrations are number three. Are apparently best value in the UK's favourite. You can see the list there, but we'll run through it for everyone that's listening. Starting from the top to bottom, Maltesers, Teaser, Galaxy, Galaxy Caramel, Bounty, Snickers, Twix, Milky Way, and Mars. All right. Here, first of all, everyone better put some respect on Mars and Twix. I hate when people say the Mars bar, the chocolate bar of the England national football team. I'm not too sure if that's still true. I just remember it being that. The Mars bar, the worst in the celebrations. Really? No. Snickers is at the bottom. Just above Snickers is Bounty. And it's not the coconut, it's the chocolate. I realised this. I'm a fan of coconut and I like coconut. Never tried any of the coconut chocolate, to be fair. But it's not the flavour of the coconut that bothers me. I think the chocolate around the Bounty is just whack chocolate. Then Milky Way. Milky Ways aren't bad, but they're not better than Mars bars. Twix or Mars? That's a good one. Twix or Mars? I'll wait. Can't hear your answers. Let me know in the comments. But Twix or Mars? Think about that one. I'm gonna say Twix, I think. My list would go Galaxy Caramel, Galaxy, Malteser, Mars, Twix, Milky Way, Bounty, Snickers. I would change that whole list. But yeah, Maltesers, fire. Galaxy, Galaxy Caramel, fire. That's 3 fires. Mars and Twix, I wouldn't say they're as fire, but they are good. And then the other 3, I could do without. Like, I'd only ever eat the Milky Ways if I was hungry and saw the Milky Ways in there. Yeah, listen, and there's only 8 chocolates. No, celebrations are overrated. I think it's just because they've got the popular names, and I'm sure Maltesers weren't always part of it. Oh, no, was it Twix? It was Twix that wasn't always a part of it. Twix came in like the last 5 years as well. Yeah, I sound fat talking about when all these chocolates dropped like a trainer release or a new artist's album. Yeah, yo, Twix came with that heat in the fucking, in 09. Yeah, man, went platinum. I'm so stupid. Yo, celebrations, dead. Not dead, but to me, they're the third best. So we've gone, I don't care if you agree with me or not. You're wrong if you don't agree. Number 1 is Quality Street, the most chocolate and the most best chocolate. The most chocolate and the highest average of nicer chocolates. I don't know if that was the correct mathematical term to use. Should I have used range or medium? Who knows? But either way, Quality Street has the most chocolate and they have more of the nicer chocolate. Followed by Heroes, because when it comes to big hitters, here you go. It's the big hitters. So let me see how they would match up. So it's clear it would be Galaxy versus Dairy Milk. I'm a Dairy Milk guy. Purely because if you were to put down a big slab of Dairy Milk and a big slab of Galaxy makes me feel sick. Cadbury's I can eat. So, comes to the plains, Cadbury's takes that. That's 1-0. Galaxy Caramel, Dairy Milk Caramel. Dairy Milk takes that. So Dairy Milk and Dairy Milk Caramel have already won. And then, who would you put Malteser versus Cream Egg? Come on. That's not a fair fight, but I'm the one picking the rules, so that's who it's going up against. So that's 3-0. That is 3-0 to Heroes already. and I've just picked the best chocolates in celebrations. But we'll be fair, Twix is equivalent to a twirl. They both come in 2 sticks. That's literally the only thing I've got to put them side by side. If you're a fan of pure chocolate, twirl. If you don't mind the biscuit, Twix. I'm gonna go for Twix only because a white Twix is flames, but 3-1 to Heroes. What's next? Mars versus Whisper. Okay, hear me out. Mars beats Whisper, but if it was a Whisper Gold beats Mars all day. So it's 3-2. What else have we got? Listen, I'm not going to compare them. Fudge against Milky Way. Fudge wins. Bounty against an Eclair. An Eclair wins. Snickers is invalid. We don't need to measure up against Snickers. So there you go. That was what? 5-2. No, 5-2. Yeah, 5-2. Heroes beat out Celebrations. So I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, celebrate. No, I'm telling you, Celebrations are overrated. They're just mainstream. I was about to say they're the Drake of the chocolates, but that's unfair because I don't think Drake's overrated. I actually rate Drake highly. Think of an overrated artist. That's Celebrations. Ain't nothing special. They've got a few specials, but when you pair up their tops against the other tops, it's not even close. Not even a comparison. And I don't know. Celebration is Mars. I think Quality Street is Nestle. One of them was Nestle. I remember doing my Googles, and one of them was, hold on. Let me see if Quality Streets come up. And then if I can get Quality Streets, I'll let you know. I swear it's Nestle. Quality Streets chocolates. And they are, yeah, they are Nestle. Nestle Toulouse. I've said this before my picture even loads, but it looked like, yeah, Nestle Toulouse. So, listen, I did this before as well. You know, like how movies have got different studios. You've got Disney, Pixar, Universal, DreamWorks. I've ran out already. I was doing this. I'm so fat at times. I don't know why I was doing it. I started looking up. I haven't done it for this episode. I'm just remembering I'm doing it now. I started looking up the different chocolate lineups, like who's got the best lineup. Cadbury's may have the best, possibly the strongest lineup possible. As proven, no, I can't say as proven because I just gave Nestle that over Cadbury's. But Cadbury's might have a stronger one. Nestle, when it comes to proper chocolate bars, again, don't attack me because I'm thinking off the top of my head. I'm not Googling to see who Nestle owns. Milky Bar? And that's it. You know what? Just in case people come at me and make me sound stupid, I'm going to Google Nestle chocolate list. Everyone knows about, I think everyone knows most Cadbury's. Cadbury's are the biggest ones, so everyone knows what falls under Cadbury's. So let's have a look at the chocolate list that, yeah man, brands. I want to know what chocolate brands you've got. So the list I've just seen, Aero. Not a fan of Aero. I just don't care for Aeros. Caramac, that's the caramel and white chocolate. Is that caramel and white chocolate? I think it's Caramac's nice, but again, sickly. Crunch, Lion Bars, yeah, white Lion Bars are fire. Milky Bar, Munchies, Rolos. I suppose Rolos are nice, but you know, there's others. It looks like that's where the list stops, but in terms of chocolate, Nestle do sweets as well. In terms of chocolates, I'm literally just talking about chocolates. Kit Kat. Sorry, it popped up. Yo, I got so excited to say I don't even care for Kit Kat that much. But Kit Kat is Nestle as well. And I'm going to say it again. You probably picked up the habit that I said it with Lion Bar. I said it with Twix. And now I'm going to say it with Kit Kats. But the white chocolate version, 10 times better than the standard chocolate version. Again, I'm a white chocolate fan. Milk chocolate, I like milk. Probably always eat milk chocolate. Cadbury's, I'm always eating that. White chocolate, fire. But again, I can't eat too much white chocolate, but I still think it's the best. Milky Bars. Whether it's the Milky Bar chocolate, Milky Bar yogurt, Milky Bar mousse, Milky Bar fromage frais. Oh, all of it. Anything Milky Bar, I'm in for. But yo, Cadbury's, Milky Bar, Mars. I don't know if Hershey's fall under anyone. I don't know who they fall under, but I don't really care for Hershey's. There you go. And that was a nice little UK Xmas chocolate rundown. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Again, Quality Street number 1, then it's Heroes, then Celebrations, then Roses. Best chocolate out of them all. It's either the caramel swirl from Quality Streets, or it's the cream egg. See, you know what? I think it's either the caramel swirl or the cream egg, and I don't know if I'm saying that because they're the only things that aren't regularly available. Otherwise, Dairy Milk Caramel will probably go up there, because if I go to the shop to buy chocolate, I'm either going to buy Dairy Milk Caramel or a Milky Bar. A Milky Bar isn't an option in any of those UK selections. There's no white chocolate. There's no white chocolate. This is what else when I tell you, I went down a rabbit hole when I was looking at all this stuff. I found the top 10 most wanted flavors that people want in these selection boxes. I've literally just reminded myself by saying there's no white chocolate. Let me answer my first question. Best chocolate bar in there is probably cream egg or the caramel swirl. And I think, like I just said, I'm only saying that because they're not regularly available. Otherwise, it's Dairy Milk Caramel might be the best chocolate available out of all of them. Agree, disagree if you want. Worst chocolate out of all of them. All of the ones are nuts in. Apart from the purple one. That purple one sits just above it because I can actually like bread. But Snickers, I hate the smell of Snickers. The smell of Snickers puts me off. And then most of the Roses. It's just, I don't know what Cadbury's did. They might have gone for like, oh, we'll put our name on it so people buy it, but we won't use as nice chocolate. Or we won't use our normal chocolatey formula. But whatever they did, they effed up. Back to more of the top 10, right? Top 10 most wanted flavors voted on by the population of the UK, whoever voted on this. I don't know who wants all these flavors. Here we go, right? Top 10 most wanted flavors. Number 1, coffee. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of coffee, so coffee chocolate doesn't sound nice. Is it Revels that used to do coffee chocolate? I think it is Revels. And used to, the random, like the Maltesers, but with random chocolate, raisin, coffee, something else. I think coffee was one of them. I remember not liking that. So yeah, coffee chocolate, don't care for. I also know there's people that are probably not going to like anything on this list because people don't like flavoured chocolate. So what I mean by flavoured chocolate is, apart from white chocolate, everything I'm about to name near enough on this list, people don't like. So coffee, people don't like because it's flavoured. Mint chocolate. When I think of mint chocolate, the only thing I think of is Aero Bubbles, the peppermint one, which, like I said, I don't really rate Aero. It's nice. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy myself an Aero Mint or an Aero Normal for that matter. But mint chocolate, yeah, I said that earlier, didn't I? There's no mint chocolates available in those selections. I don't know how popular mint chocolate is to put them in there. Salted caramel. Side note, where did the boom of salted caramel come from? Does anyone remember this? Because 5-10 years ago, I don't even remember knowing what salted caramel was, and then something happened, and then salted caramel was all the rage, and it's everywhere. Salted caramel chocolate, salted caramel ice cream, salted caramel marshmallows, salted caramel sweets, salted caramel shampoo, salted caramel body lotion. Where did the fascination of salted caramel come from? Not saying I don't like it, although I think I do prefer a standard, like a Dairy Milk caramel, even though they don't do Dairy Milk salted caramel. I prefer Galaxy caramel to Galaxy salted caramel. I do like salted caramel, but again, too much of that is white chocolate. The fact that I've just sat here now and realised that there's no Dream. Yo, do you not remember Dream bars? I swear that's what used to be in Heroes. I swear Heroes used to have the Dream bars from Cadbury's, and they were white chocolate. Because there's 2 white chocolates that I think are probably the best white chocolates ever, and I can't find them for the life of me. Whenever I try and Google them, only one comes up. One of them is the Dream Bar, which was Cadbury's white chocolate, which I used to think was fire. What happened to that? I swear it was a blue wrapper, which doesn't sound right for Cadbury's because they're purple. But in my head, Dream had a blue wrapper. And the only thing I see now is Cadbury's white chocolate buttons. Or they do a white chocolate with Oreo, which is surprisingly nice considering I don't really care for Oreo. White chocolate Dream Bars, the white chocolate Dream Bars, and white chocolate Maltesers. Someone please tell me you remember white chocolate Maltesers. Instead of the red packet, it was a mainly white packet with like red bits all over it, and it was white chocolate around the wafer. White chocolate Maltesers. I cannot find them for the life of me, and I really want them. And Campinos, the sweets. I need to start throwing pictures up here for people that are like, huh? Campinos, I'm sure they're like the pink and white strawberries and cream sweets. They used to be around all the time, and who knows what happened to them now. Right, sorry. Number 5, truffle. Gonna be honest with you, don't know what a truffle is, so just gonna skip past that. Number 6, dark chocolate. I don't think, I'm like, listen, okay, so you got milk chocolate, clearly everyone loves. If I had to rank what I thought was the popular chocolates, it would go milk chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate. Surely there's more milk chocolate lovers out there than white chocolate lovers. There's gotta be. Dark chocolate is not nice. Number 7, nuts. Nuts to want that. Number 8, praline. For the longest time, I thought praline, however you pronounce it or say it, I thought that was nuts. I thought it was caramelized nuts. And some of you are probably saying that's what it is, Myles. I'm not too sure. I don't know what it is. I just know it involves caramel, I think. Chocolate orange. Like a Terry's chocolate orange. Like a chocolate orange segment. Is that what it's called? I nearly called it a peel, but that's the skin. What do you call it? You got an orange, is your whole fruit. If you break your orange apart and then you have, what is that? Is it just a segment? An orange segment? It feels long-winded. I feel like there should be a specific word. And if there is, I don't know. But there should be like I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands. There should be a specific word when you got an orange, you take the skin off it, and then you break it down and you take the little, is that just a segment? Because if you have oranges, just give me some orange, or can I have some orange? Just give me a piece. If there's not an official name for orange, I say we start something, an orange segment. I say we start something, get our names in the history books. And then number 10 is just as stupid as number 7, peanut butter. Ugh. Oh, actually, here's a weird one for everyone out there that's thinking, Myles, how can you not like chocolate with nuts in? Does that mean you don't like Snickers? Ugh. Get it out of here. Does that mean you don't like Cadbury Fruit and Nut, or Cadbury Whole Nut, or Cadbury Chopped Nut? Get them all the fuck out of here. Does that mean you don't like Kinder Buenos? Whoa. Wait. Let's not get too hasty now. Don't ask me why. Kinder Buenos, hazelnuts. You know I'm going to say, don't you? Yeah, the white chocolate version. There's something, yeah, that might be another chocolate bar that I'll go for, actually. If I don't get a Cadbury Dairy Milk, caramel, or a Milky Bar, Kinder Bueno white, fire. Annoying with all those bits at the bottom, which for some reason is not on the chocolate one, it's only on the white one. Don't know why that is, but you know, I'm not going to hold a grudge against things like that. But they're the top 10 most wanted flavors. But I was saying, some people don't like flavored chocolate, which I don't know if I don't know. No, I don't see it, because there's coffee, okay, I can see mint, yeah, salted caramel. White chocolate doesn't seem like a flavor. Truffle could be a flavor. Dark chocolate, praline, chocolate orange. How do you not like chocolate orange? You never had a Terry's chocolate orange? Yo, Terry's chocolate oranges are fire, man. Terry, oh, here we go. Here's another chocolate one for you. Here's another hot take that I'm going to forget by the time I finish this. Terry's chocolate orange might be the best flavored chocolate orange. Chocolate. Or Hershey's cookies and cream, even though I just said I don't really like Hershey's. Hershey's cookies and cream, or I'm trying to think, a Terry's chocolate orange is the best flavored chocolates. I don't class caramel as a, you're probably thinking, what about caramel? I don't class caramel as a flavor. I know it's weird. I mean like the chocolate flavor, like the flavor of the actual chocolate. Caramel isn't the chocolate flavor, it's chocolate and caramel, if that makes sense. I'm talking about flavored chocolate, solid brick of chocolate, like a Terry's chocolate orange, Aero peppermint. I can't think of any flavor. Either there's not that much flavored chocolate, full stop, or I'm forgetting a lot of flavored chocolate out there. You know what? It's not that important. It is really not. Is it? No, it's really not that important. Let's move on, sticking with the Christmas theme, because we are on the road to Christmas, and thinking about Christmas and staying cheery is one thing that is keeping me going. Well, it's not the only thing, it's one of the things keeping me going. I'm not even that much of a Christmas person, but it's all about family and my household, and yeah, I can't wait. But what this has all brought up is all of the crappy, shitty, low budget, waste of time Christmas movies that seem to get pumped out every year. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm someone that's always watching TV rather than listening to radio or music. I don't know how often they bring out, or how many, should I say, new Christmas songs are made each year. It's this. I hear the same ones on repeat. I don't think I've ever got to a Christmas and been like, oh, this is a new Christmas song. Who sings this? I think about that. Apart from when X Factor used to like come on and then like, oh, we're gonna do our Christmas number one, and even then I couldn't tell you one X Factor Christmas number one. Like I'm literally, I don't even know if Will Young or Gareth Gates won it, or were they even X Factor? Weren't they the other one, Pop Idol? So there you go, fuck knows. So clearly it doesn't matter. When was the last time you heard a new Christmas song? And in case you're gonna cheat and be like, oh, I heard one yesterday because it came on the radio, the debut. When was the first time you heard a new Christmas song consecutively, like 2-3 years in a row? It's the same, Santa baby, hurry down the... I don't know, I'm sure I just mixed up those two lyrics, but Christmas songs are one of those things that go in one ear. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, rocking around the Christmas... All of those, I shouldn't do this because I'm going to get Christmas songs stuck in my head. I'm just going to sit here and hum it. But yeah, all of these crappy Christmas movies come out. And let me tell you why I think they're crappy. All Christmas movies are... No, I won't say all Christmas movies aren't the same. I feel like you can put Christmas categories, how many did I write down? Into 3 or 4 categories. Because it's always near enough the same story plot, or it's the same 3 or 4 story plots. So the first Christmas one is always, it's normally something to do with someone falling in love. There's normally always someone is, they start the film in a relationship in March, they get dumped in the summer, and then it skips 6 months later, it's November, their work colleague or their neighbor or some guy or girl they see at the supermarket, and they end up falling in love, and then they try and make it work, and they fall out of love, or it's just something, and then that's your Christmas movie. Or love is normally always in every single Christmas movie. It's someone trying to travel because of love. Home Alone, there you go, that's a great example, people trying to travel. It's always literally, it's Christmas, we need to get from here to here in time for Christmas. It's Christmas Day, we need to get this to here, or we need to go from here to here, and it's always the same thing for Christmas. And I get it. Christmas, people are always traveling, you're traveling to go see family. It's like the whole family's traveling to one destination, or it's someone coming from afar, but give me something new. Give me something different. Show me the Christmas where the person isn't traveling and they spend Christmas by themselves, or they go out and make random Christmas friends, or Christmas in a hot country, I don't know. Again, I've already said it, someone trying to travel, or you've got the family is coming over, or you're meeting the family for the first time. It's always like a couple, like, oh, I've never met your parents. Our parents have invited us around for Christmas dinner. You know I don't like your mom, or our parents don't get on, and blah, 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 blah. It's always the same. And whenever I go on Netflix and I'm trying to flick through and see what's new and popular, it's like they're releasing a new Christmas movie every day, at least once a week. And it's not always bad. If you haven't watched Jingle Jangle is really good actually, and it's funny. I'm probably going to watch that again. Jingle Jangle is good. I'm not saying all Christmas movies are bad. Some Christmas movies are like top tier when it comes to watch a movie that I will happily watch, and it doesn't even have to be near Christmas. I'm not one of these people that will start watching Christmas movies randomly, but there is 1 or 2 Christmas movies that if I had nothing to watch, or if someone put it on, I wouldn't be against them putting that movie on, because it's a really, really good movie. But yeah, you got the family coming over, people going to meet the family. I just feel like, again, I'm not a director or a producer, so I don't know what new ideas you can do for Christmas, but there's gotta be something other than the shit that we see at the minute. And you know it's shit, because they have Christmas channels. Like, Christmas only comes around once a year. The fact that there are that many movies, you can have a whole Christmas channel playing Christmas movies from what seems like the start of the end, like September, October times, all the way up until Christmas and then some. Jesus, I don't like to sound like a Grinch, because I do like Christmas, but some of these movies take their toll on me. And again, this got me into, because I was thinking about topics, and then this got me into thinking about Christmas movies. I will do a what's the best Christmas movie. That can be done another time. We'll come back to that. We've already got what's your best chocolate. I don't want people overthinking things and hurting themselves. But I was looking at Christmas movies, and then I went down a tunnel of the top best Christmas movies. And then I found a list that was 20 strong, but I did not know majority of them, which is why my list is so short, of the most controversial Christmas movies. So before we start, everyone out there probably has their own definition of what is a Christmas movie. So that's what you should think about. What defines a Christmas movie for you? It's something I've never thought about, and I should have thought about it before asking you guys, so then I could have given you my answer. But if someone says to me, what is a Christmas movie? I don't think I have that many, rules. The Christmas movie has to be set on or around Christmas, and it should be set on or around Christmas, but more importantly, the main or the second main focus should be Christmas, to me personally. Like, there are some films that they do talk about, say, hold on, is this one of them that I'm looking at first? It might be, but there are some films where people just say it could have happened. Oh yeah, it's another one, I got it. Some people say there are some films that are classed as Christmas films, but if you took the Christmas element out of the film, it wouldn't ruin or change the film in the slightest, which is why some people don't class things as a Christmas film. But let's get started. The most common one that comes up all the time, whether you've watched it or not, I haven't watched it. Don't care what you say. I'm not a big fan of action movies like that. Die Hard. Die Hard is always one of those ones where people argue it's a Christmas film, it's not a Christmas film. I think the biggest argument for it being a Christmas film is that it's on Christmas Day. Is it Christmas Day? Or all the Die Hard fans are going to be getting so triggered right now. Christmas Eve. There we go. I'm reading it now. So yeah, the first Die Hard movie is set on Christmas Eve. So that's one. And John McClane that's the main person, Bruce Willis's character. He is on his way to a Christmas party to make up with his wife. That's when he gets intercepted and sees the German terrorists. I think it's the one, doesn't he see someone on the phone or see someone doing something suspicious because he's a police officer and starts following them, and then I've seen aspects of it. Yeah, but there you go. But yeah, people are like, there's no Santa, there's no presents or cozy feelings. It's just an action scene, and McClane says, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But plenty of people will watch Die Hard on Christmas. Die Hard comes out on your TVs and whatnot around Christmas. And is it an essential part of the plot? Because if you remove it being Christmas Eve and you remove the Christmas party, he could have just been, because where does it say he's going? It just says he's going to a Christmas... Yeah, it literally just says he's on his way to a Christmas party. So it could be a birthday party. It could be a baby shower. It could be a Q1, Q2, Q3 meeting / conference at work. So you could take the whole Christmas element out of... Then again, I've never watched Die Hard, so you might be saying, no, you can't, Myles, because in this scene he does this. But yeah, it seems like if you took all the Christmas elements out of Die Hard, it's not a Christmas movie. And then you've got Bruce Willis, the star of the film. He says it's not a Christmas movie, it's a Bruce Willis movie. Don't know how to take that, so take that how you want. But then the screenwriter, he says it is in fact a Christmas movie. There's no reason why he says it. He just says it is a Christmas movie. So there's one for you. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? The next one, which I completely forgot, not as a movie, I just forgot about the Christmas element of it until I saw it on this list. Gremlins. I'm going to give some people some time because they're going to sit there and think, Gremlins about Christmas, or is it around Christmas? Yeah, it's Christmassy. It's definitely a Christmas movie because it takes place on Christmas. You've got the boy's mom is looking for a perfect present for him. He ends up with Gizmo. Someone's wearing a Santa hat. There are decorations all over the place. But then it turns into the whole, don't feed the mogwais. Is there mogwais? Have I just made that up? I want to call them mogwais. I'm sure it's a mogwai, and then when you get it wet, it turns into a gremlin. No. Shit, is it get it wet or feed it after dark? What? Fuck. I should know this. I think it's one of the most things you should know about gremlins. Hold on a minute. I'm sure it's feed after dark. I'm sure it's don't feed them after dark. I think water's what stops them or gives them boils. Oh no, he's a mogwai who spawns a bunch more mogwais when Billy accidentally spills water on him. Jumps in a pool, yep, I remember that. Wreaks havoc. Is it? Huh. Okay then, so you can't get them wet, but I thought there was something to do with feeding them after midnight. Because I always used to think to myself, if you can't feed them after midnight, when can you feed them? Like what's classed as after midnight? From 12 till 1, 12 till 3, 12 till 5. Wasn't very clear rules. I want to say the Chinese, because I'm sure there's something to do with him getting it from a Chinese person or Chinatown at the start of the movie. But yeah, Gremlins, if you take all the Christmas elements out of it, and it could be the boy's birthday, for example, and that's how he gets Gizmo, then yeah, Gremlins is not a Christmas movie. It just happens to be on or around Christmas. This is a good one, because Christmas is in the title. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween film? According to the director, no, because he's declared it as a Halloween movie, which, if you've seen it, makes sense. Can something be a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie? Because the movie's based around Christmas, but because of the scary elements, the ghouls, the monsters, the skeletons, it gets lumped in with the horror lot, but it's still a Christmas themed movie. Like, you can't eliminate the element of Christmas, or can you? I don't think you can. Doesn't Jack dress up as Santa? I swear there's a scene where he's trying to take over and he dresses up as Santa. That's a difficult one. Nightmare Before Christmas, I would class that as a Christmas film. Again, I would understand if you watched it at Halloween, or if it was a thing that came on at Halloween, but it's also, to me, very Christmassy, so I would class it as a Christmas film. And the last one, which actually I had a debate about this in my offices at work, and I can't remember how the debate turned out. I think we won, but here we go. I'll ask you guys, I'll see what you guys think now. And we can go into the specifics and pick out whichever film you want, but the Harry Potter movies. Now, I'll agree, not all of the Harry Potter movies are Christmas movies. However, there are a lot of those movies that have Christmas elements, and the Christmas is like, it's a big thing, and it drives certain parts of the plot. Might not drive the whole plot, but it drives certain parts of the plot. This talks about all the behind the scenes things. So you've got, first of all, a lot of the Harry Potter films were released between November and December, so a Christmas release. A TV channel, this is an American website, so it happens in America and it happens in England. Around the holidays, or we say Christmas, around Christmas, they always air Harry Potter. ITV at least 2-3 times a year will have a Harry Potter marathon where every Sunday they'll play one of the films. I'm surprised it hasn't already happened now, but they'll probably wait till it's 8 weeks away. And then as soon as, probably this Sunday actually, as soon as we're 8 weeks away from Christmas, the Harry Potters will then start coming on and play. But here we go, because it gives you all the different things on here. There are so many great Christmas moments. So you've got Harry Potter getting the invisibility cloak as a Christmas present from Dumbledore. There's the Yule Ball, which is in Goblet of Fire. I think it's right this time, because I said Goblet of Fire when I meant Order of Phoenix the last time. The Yule Ball is the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, it is, because it's Crumb. Victor Crumb's there, and yeah, it is. It is. So you got the Yule Ball. There's a whole thing around Ron's horrible Christmas sweater that he gets, and Harry laughs at him and he goes, "You've got one as well." It's one with a big R and one with a big H. I nearly brought one of them myself, but they didn't have an M, which kind of annoyed me. Hogsmeade and Butterbeer. Yep, they go Hogsmeade at Christmas. They can go Hogsmeade at any time. It's not really Christmas centric to the story. But they do make an effort to celebrate Christmas. Like, it's Chamber of Secrets? Chamber of Secrets, Hermione plans to go home for Christmas. So because she's planning to go home for Christmas, she's trying to do a bit of early work and goes into the library with the magnifying glass, sees the basilisk, and that's how she gets petrified, because she sees it through the reflection. If she wasn't going home for Christmas, she probably wouldn't have been in so much of a rush. Might have gone along with the boys to do it. All I'm saying. But to me, to me, Christmas, Harry Potter means Christmas. Like, if you were to tell me if you were to say, Miles, when you think of Christmas, think of 10 things you say, Harry Potter would make it into my 10 things. I don't know if it would make it into my top 5. Like, if I was to say to you, think Christmas, think of 5 things you think when you think Christmas, I don't know if I'd say Harry Potter, but I would definitely say Harry Potter in my top 10. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. And I'm sticking with that. They're the controversial. There was a lot more. Batman Begins was another one of them as well. Batman Begins is set around Christmas. I don't think Christmas has anything to do with the plot, apart from, is it Batman that kisses someone He kisses someone under mistletoe. And I don't think it's Batman Begins either, because Batman Begins is part of the Christopher Nolan lot. Not Batman Begins. The Tim Burton one. Is it Batman Returns? Oh, I hope Oscar doesn't watch this because he's going to get so upset. I don't know what Batman movie I'm talking about. It's one of them Batmans, but I think it's Batman Returns. It's definitely a Tim Burton one because it's one of the weird ones. I shouldn't say weird because the Tim Burton styled one. But that's Christmas themed. I remember the big Christmas tree and he kisses someone under mistletoe. But yeah, and there was a bunch of other old films that I'd never heard of. You guys might have, but I wasn't going to come here and talk about something I've never, ever heard of before. Because I wouldn't know what to talk about. Well, there you go. Controversial. Am I missing any more? Let me know. Are any of those films, first of all, are those films Christmas films? Do you agree or disagree with me? Especially the Harry Potter one. Are there any more films that you think are either Christmas movies that don't get put in that category? Or are there any movies that you've watched where you think to yourself, this isn't really a Christmas movie? There's Christmas here, but is it a Christmas movie? That's the real question you need to ask yourselves out there. And then that got me thinking, 'cause I was thinking about Christmas movies, so I had a question. What's worse, someone being a Scrooge or someone being a Grinch? Both famously known for hating Christmas, despising Christmas. Both get redeemed, both redeem themselves, but if you cut off their life before they redeem, what's worse? Is it worse to be a Scrooge or is it worse to be a Grinch? Because on one hand, not only does the Grinch actively hate Christmas, he just hates people. He hates people, and Christmas makes people more people-y, so he hates Christmas, but he hates people. But he does hate Christmas. He hates Christmas to the point where he actually tries to steal Christmas. Like breaking into people's houses on Christmas Eve and stealing their presents. A Grinch might be the worst. I think that's why people say don't be such a Grinch. Whereas when someone calls you Scrooge, they're referring to you being tight. They're not necessarily referring to your hate of Christmas. Although they do have Christmas hats that say bah humbug. So let's look at Scrooge. You've got Grinch, hates people, hates Christmas, literally tried to steal Christmas. You've got Scrooge, who I would argue hates people as well. Probably broke people more than rich people, but he still hates people. Doesn't care for Christmas at all. And again, I might be reenacting it different in my head, but I feel like there is a case that you can make that it's Scrooge's fault. Is it Timmy? Little Tim dies? Little Jimmy? Oh no, he dies in the future, doesn't he? Yeah, it's the future where he dies, because I'm sure it's him he gives the money to go and get the Christmas turkey. Oh, that is a tough one. What's worse, a Scrooge or because a Scrooge will fire on Christmas? I feel like a Grinch, I feel like you wouldn't lose your job with a Grinch. He would just pretend Christmas isn't real. Every time you put decorations up in the office, they'd be gone. It's a national holiday, so you'd have to get it off. But you'd only get Christmas Day off. You'd be working Christmas Eve and Boxing Day. Whereas Scrooge might fire you because he doesn't care about Christmas. You might be like, I want a week off around Christmas. You know what? I'll do you one better than a week off. I'll give you the whole year off. Actually, I'll give you the rest of your life off. You're fired. He doesn't business. You're struggling with money for whatever reasons, maybe something behind your control. You go to Scrooge, maybe looking for a pay rise, for an early pay. Nope, he's not giving you any of that. Grinch might give you a pay rise just to get you out of his face. That is a toughie. What's worse, a Scrooge or a Grinch? Let me know. There we go. And that's what I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to end it there. A nice little Christmas themed episode. We've got a few more weeks till Christmas. We've got a few more Christmas themes coming up. I just need to think about topics. So let me know. Let me know what Christmas themed topics you can think of for me to sit here and discuss by myself while I talk into the camera lens, and some of you hopefully talk back to your phone screen or whatever screen it is out there. And I hope this has encouraged everyone to go out and buy some chocolate. I really wish I had. I generally haven't bought any of the Christmas chocolate yet, but I'm going out and you already know what I'm about to purchase, and I'm not sharing it with anyone unless you want some coconut eclairs. But yeah, man, that's the end of the podcast. I've been Myles. Peace.